Hey guys, welcome to another video review. Today we'll be looking at what is honestly the most oversized box I have ever seen. It is of course the Corsair Graphite 600T. This particular one I have here is the black version with a mesh side panel. So quickly looking at the front of the box, Corsair conveniently lists all the features that makes this case awesome. So we have dual 200mm case fans which are included in the front and the top. Easily accessible dust filters in the front, bottom and top, which makes maintenance simple and hassle-free. A unique feature found on some Corsair cases is their quick release side panels, which makes showing off the insides even easier than using thumb screws. Next we have the integrated fan controller, which is an adjustment knob at the top of the case. In the 600T we get 4 tool-free optical drive bays and 6 SSD or hard drive ready drive trays. The motherboard tray features a huge CPU cutout which allows you to easily install backplates for aftermarket coolers. The 600T features plenty of grommeted cable routing holes which allows you to hide all of your power supply mess and make your system look that much neater. The top hard drive cage is removable if you're not using it and allows for additional airflow from the front of the case. Finally, the 600T gives you plenty of room inside for extra long power supplies and graphics cards, while the 8 expansion slots on the rear means you can pretty much install whatever hardware you so desire. Onto the actual case now. As always, Corsair packages their products very well, and it is this very thick foam on the top and the bottom of the case that contributes to the huge size of the external box. We also get a nice soft foam bag rather than a plastic bag covering the entire case to prevent any damage to the exterior. At the front of the case you can see that the entire surface is ventilated and filtered with mesh, and this will allow a lot of airflow to come in through the front. On the bottom here we also get the dust filter, which can be easily taken out for cleaning like so. Behind this we get our front 200mm white LED fan. Moving up to the top we have another mesh cover which can also be removed by simply pressing here. Behind here we have another 200mm white LED fan and holes for installing an optional 2 120mm fans if you wish. Corsair has implemented a lot of ventilation into this case, which is perfect for all you gamers out there looking to build a new system. Up here we have the power and reset switches, headphone and microphone jacks, 4 USB 2 ports, the large knob for adjusting the integrated fan controller, 1 USB 3 port, a FireWire port, and finally the hard drive activity LED. Moving around to the back we have the included 120mm exhaust fan. We have room for our I/O shield over here, 2 water cooling grommets, and the 8 expansion slots I mentioned before. Lastly, your power supply goes into the bottom there. I am really loving the latches that Corsair have used on both of the side panels here. You can have a closer look at how they work. They are definitely built very well, and although it is plastic, it does not feel flimsy at all. There is some more mesh on the side panel, and it looks like you can install an additional 4 120mm fans for cooling your graphics cards. Alternatively, you can purchase a window kit to replace this mesh, which comes installed standard on the white 600T. So let's look at the little accessories bag that Corsair has included inside the case. We get a big installation guide, a little booklet showcasing some of Corsair's other products, keys for locking the side panel, and some assorted screws and zip ties for managing your cables. Now onto the interior, we see a whole array of these silicon grommets, which are now featured on pretty much all high-end cases nowadays. These allow you to route cables wherever you could possibly imagine. Your power supply cables go in through the two down here and back out the various ones scattered around the motherboard tray. This way you never have to see the cable mess, and it just makes your system look absolutely fantastic and neat. The motherboard tray features pre-installed motherboard standoffs. This is great because installing these is always very tedious for me. And we have the super huge CPU cutout I mentioned before. Up the top I can show you the tool list design for the optical drives. You simply take out the front bay cover, open this latch, slide your drive in like so, and press down again to lock the drive in. Moving down to the hard drive bays, we have these flexible trays which have anti-vibration pins for your hard drives, while SSDs can be mounted on these four holes here. Installing a hard drive is as simple as snapping the tray over the outside and sliding it back into the cage. Both hard drive cages can be removed after undoing these two thumb screws for more airflow, or they can be reinstalled next to the power supply like so. Moving around to the back here, Corsair has left plenty of space behind the motherboard tray for hiding these cables. It always bugs me when other cases leave insufficient room back here, especially for the 24-pin cable, and you have to force the side panel back on to get it to close. It just doesn't make any sense. Thankfully, Corsair has put all these issues into consideration and provides lots of these loops as well for zip tying your cables down. The bundle of cables here are for the top panel connectors. There is one thing I have to point out, is that Corsair have used a USB 3 pass-through, which is a shame, as I would have much preferred them to use an internal USB 3 header. Anyways, at least they have chosen to make these cables black, which makes them much less ugly when you get around to routing them to your motherboard. Having a look at the cables for the integrated fan controller now. We have a Molex connector for power and support for 4 fans, which means you can control all the fans included with the case, plus an additional one if you wish. Finally, a look on the bottom of the case. We get 4 large rubber feet to prevent sliding and scratching your table or floor, and the removable dust filter for the power supply intake. This one can also be taken out for cleaning like so. So that's my overview on the new Corsair Graphite 600T. As always, Corsair has done an excellent job, especially with their cases. The 600T has a spacious interior for easy installation of large motherboards and multiple graphics cards. The modular hard drive cages is great for those who want to rearrange things and put water cooling radiators in the front or in the top. Cable management is always at the forefront with Corsair, and they provide plenty of holes and space for hiding your power supply mess. Finally, to round it all off, the included dust filters are very easy to remove and clean, making maintenance a breeze. As a result, I can happily say that here at Maximum PCs, this is our preferred case for use in our high-end desktops. Again, if you enjoyed watching my videos, please subscribe to my channel and remember to visit MaximumPCs.com for more information on our high-performance desktops. See you next time.